Just west of Highway 70, the fast-moving flames forced out all 27,000 people in the city of Paradise. Let's go live to show you the aerial view of those flames. You can see all that smoke in the area, thick black smoke. Now, just in the past hour, we've been watching a DC-10 air tanker make water drops. We've also seen a wall of flames burning up hillsides. And this information just in. Moments ago, a fire chief in the area reporting significant structures are lost. You can see those flames we're talking about. What's more, multiple civilians and 2 firefighters are injured. Crews have spent the entire day going door to door, rushing to get hundreds of people out of their homes. Some people, even first responders, had to abandon their cars and run from the flames. Take a listen to this emergency dispatch recording.
Fire on both sides of the road on Pearson. Fire's en route to you. Negative. The deputy's car is also disabled. I'm on foot with 5 other people and we're in the middle of the fire. We are on Pearson Road. Evac.
As of this evening, 18,000 acres have already burned. Reporter Rachel Wolf is on the front lines.
We actually have 35 patients that we can confirm have been transported from Feather River Hospital to Enloe in Chico. This has been a massive blaze. You can see there's hundreds of fire crews. They are gathering right here to head on up the mountain, places like Roseville and Rockland and Tamalpais. This fire spread so quickly that people grabbed anything they could and literally ran for their lives.
It was just crazy. I mean, I just didn't know if I was going to make it.
Randy Bartell and his dog Thor drove through a wall of fire to escape the massive blaze.
Both of our driveways were completely engulfed in flames. I mean, we had to drive through. I could feel the heat in my car as I'm driving.
He was one of about 30,000 residents of Pulga, Paradise, Magalia, and Concow who were under a mandatory evacuation order. The fire started at 6:30 a.m. in Pulga, and by noon was more than 8,000 acres. CAL FIRE says red flag conditions with winds between 40 and 60 miles per hour caused the fire to spread quickly and complicated firefighting efforts.
When we have winds over 30 miles an hour, drops from the air are actually ineffective. So we are not using air tankers at this time. We are using water dropping helicopters.
I had a lot of people asking me on social media what had happened with Feather River Hospital. I was just told by CAL FIRE that there are some people sheltering in place and that the building has sustained some minor damage from the fire. That is the latest. We're going to get you more information and bring that to you just as soon as we can get it.
Well, the Butte County fire is having a major impact here in the Bay Area as well, and that's the reason. You see all that thick smoke that's coming up? It's been rising up into the atmosphere and blowing straight down to the Bay Area. It's traveled hundreds of miles just today. Well, take a look at how bad it is outside. Some of our live cameras are completely socked in by smoke. Right now, it has been slowly getting worse and worse all day long. The air quality bad in the North Bay, bad in the East Bay. This is the view from Skydrone 5. As you can see, the skies are just completely stacked up with smoke. That was over Calistoga. Our chief meteorologist, Paul Diano, is here. This is what it looks like all over the Bay Area, the East Bay. Look outside San Francisco. I've never seen the smoke this thick here.
Comparable to what we went through with the wine country wildfires and that smoke burning in Napa Lake in Sonoma County, heading back toward the Bay Area. It's just as bad today. And the second time in 6 years, I'm going to tell folks this. If you don't have to be outside, don't. Stay inside. North Bay, East Bay, all those red dots, the air quality is not just unhealthy, it is very unhealthy. Livermore, Concord, Fairfield, Vacaville, Vallejo, American Canyon, Napa, Oakland, San Leandro, Fremont, San Rafael, Petaluma, Santa Rosa, all of those areas with very unhealthy air quality right now. So we're talking about a fire that's big, but it's almost 200 miles away. How does it get here? Well, let's talk about why. Ridge of high pressure sitting off the Northern California coastline is carrying the smoke and sending it to the south and west. You can see it with our visible satellite imagery being shoved literally right toward the Bay Area. Those northeast winds carrying the smoke some 200 miles, and we're dealing with stuff that we're breathing from a fire that's nearly 3 hours away. Now, the fire danger around here still elevated until tomorrow morning. The winds will be locally gusty in the hills, 50 to 60 miles per hour, very low humidity. Critical fire conditions continue around here, but the immediate concern right now would be, soccer practices, baseball practice, anything outdoors that the kids are supposed to be doing tonight. I suggest don't do it. Cancel the practice. Stay inside. This is pretty bad.
Well, this was the critical fire scenario that nobody wanted to see. This was a worst case scenario where the wind would just carry this stuff down and it's blasting through that Feather River Valley right now. Stay in your house. Good advice, Paul. Back to you, Liz.
All right, thanks, Ken and Paul. This evening, fire crews in the Bay Area are on high alert, including here in Oakland. A small fire along Highway 13 triggered a huge response. Firefighters taking no chances. Chopper 5 also caught the action. Highway 680 in Pleasanton, where several small grass fires broke out. Now, despite the high fire danger, PG&E says they will not cut power to anyone in these 8 counties. The utility said yesterday it was a possibility. KPIX5's Emily Turner is live in Yountville with more on PG&E's decision. Emily?
It was a very late decision at 2 p.m. this afternoon, in fact, when they were initially supposed to make that call in the early hours this morning. But here in downtown Yountville and Napa County, you can see the lights are still on. Now, meteorologists at the Wildfire Safety Operations Center said there wasn't enough of a threat from the weather. PG&E, though, was prepared. They had staged generators in Calistoga just in case. That was the only town that we know of that they have staged generators. That's because last time they were without power for 3 days after they shut it down. The alerts, though, went out about the possibility of this outage at the beginning of the week to about 68,000 customers, if not more, in 8 different counties. The point of it was to basically say, just be aware of it. Of course, the reason behind these outages is to avoid a fire, which most everyone we've talked to says they support, but the decision was made at the 11th hour today, and many say there has to be a better way to do this.
There's 2 levels. If you're a business owner, you need to know whether you're going to have power, your business expectations, and 2-hour notice may or may not be appropriate, especially if you're a restaurant, a market. What do you do? How long is it going to be? The other challenge, if you're a resident, is, and we have a lot of seniors, are you going to need to leave?
Of course, this is just the beginning of PG&E's experiment with these power outages. They will be working to make adjustments in the future, and they are looking for the community's feedback. Reporting live in Yountville, Emily Turner, KPIX 5.
Emily, thank you for that. Of course, the other big story we've been working on today, heartbreak for a North Bay family. They have learned that their daughter was killed in that mass shooting at that packed Southern California bar last night.